Now you got one podcast with LeBron James for 3 months and you starring in the NBA. I can't take it seriously, 2-5. Like, JJ Redick has never coached before at any level.
After losing to Denver in the first round of last year's postseason, the Lakers didn't make any major moves in the offseason, except for firing coach Darvin Ham and replacing him with JJ Redick, or as some said, quote-unquote, LeBron's podcast buddy. This move was obviously scrutinized by many, since JJ had no coaching experience since he's been retired as a player. But the narrative has quickly shifted though, as the Lakers started out 3-0 for the first time since 2010, and JJ Redick looks like a complete basketball genius. Coach Redick has implemented a new offensive system that is very rare to see from a LeBron-led team. JJ brings a more analytical approach, as he said,
I'm going to use math. And
he's big on ball movement, player movement, and screening. And from the looks of it, he clearly has his players fully bought in. This set is just pure filth from Redick to start the third quarter in their season opener. A 1-4 high look with Reeves coming across with an Iverson cut, and AD cross-screening for LeBron to go set an empty side ball screen for Reeves. These screens before the ball screen gets the defenders trailing and creates separation before the main action even begins. And with the empty side, Reeves and LeBron now have a ton of space to work with. Reeves hits LeBron with a pocket pass, which forces Gobert to help, and that frees up AD for the lob. This next one is from their second game against the Phoenix Suns. They start this action with 2 flips to get the defense moving. LeBron flashes to the elbow before making a pass to Davis in the corner. Nurkic is sagging off of Davis, so he drops it off to Reeves while screening his defender in space. Reeves would play off that and passes it back to AD before setting his man up and cutting backdoor for the layup. It's clear that Redick has already implemented UConn's corner skip action, where they throw a cross-court pass to their big man in the opposite corner, and he goes into a DHO with a shooter while setting a screen to punish the defender who's sagging off. This was literally their first possession of the preseason, and even though it didn't result in a made basket, it looked better than anything they had run in the previous 2 years. UConn takes this action one step further by slipping the original cross screen, and as the Lakers get more and more comfortable running this, I'd imagine they do the same. This action is great because it punishes the defense's tendency to sag off a non-shooter. Before Dan Hurley started using this at UConn, Golden State made it famous in the NBA with Draymond and the Splash Bros. So JJ pretty much said, let me study the best college and NBA offense from the last decade and apply it to the Lakers. It's not rocket science. Ball movement, player movement, and screening is very hard to defend. He has obviously preached to his non-shooting bigs like Jackson Hayes to do exactly what Draymond does when he gets the ball in space. Find a shooter and run right at him. Reeves rejects the handoff here, which creates space after Devin Booker overplayed it, and nails the open 3. This is another filthy set from Redick and the Lakers. D'Lo enters it to LeBron and then sets a down screen for Reeves, who goes to set a ball screen for LeBron, but quickly slips out of it to the 3-point line. LeBron hits Hayes with that corner skip pass as Austin follows it for the DHO. Reeves makes a great pass after the Suns trap him, and Hayes finishes the layup. This one ends in a miss, but the ball movement and player movement is just beautiful to watch. That's 5 passes in about 7 seconds, and looks like a totally different sport being played compared to last year. These quote-unquote multiple action sets have been a pillar in Redick's offense because, like I said before, it helps create separation before the main action even begins. JJ wanted to make Anthony Davis the focal point of the offense and take some of the burden off the 39-year-old king. And I know the Lakers say this pretty much every year, and it never ends up actually happening, but JJ has stuck to his word, and through 4 games of the season so far, Davis is leading the Lakers in usage, with LeBron trailing behind him. AD has been dominant in this role, leading the league in scoring at about 33 points per game, while grabbing 12 boards and playing depoy-level defense. He's been super efficient by getting to the line and averaging almost 13 free throws a game. In my opinion, he's been the MVP of the league through week 1 of the NBA season. The Lakers have got AD the ball in the middle of the floor and kind of just let him go to work. Like here, the Lakers get it to him at the top of the key and clear out. Redick is playing Davis more in space this year and having him attack downhill rather than post up. They like to start a lot of their offensive possessions with this little flip pass, which gives Davis momentum to attack downhill. And when he's hitting these types of shots on a nightly basis, there's just nothing a defense can do to stop him. The Lakers also use him as a screening hub at the top of the key, kind of like how Denver uses Jokic. Vincent gets open from AD's screen, and Reeves hits him for the layup. The very next possession, they do the same exact thing, but Naz is there to help, which forces Rudy to rotate to Naz's man in the corner. AD is then left open and uses his strength to finish the floater, plus the foul. This time they use Connect as a screener, and the initial back cut isn't there, so Dalton comes around for the DHO, and the Lakers create efficient offense from the threat of him shooting. The Lakers use their guards as screeners as well, which is another page out of Denver's book. JJ understands that bigs struggle to get around screens, so inverted pick and rolls are super effective. Davis gets the switch after Vincent sets the ball screen, and then tells Rui to clear out. The Lakers players don't just stand around on the weak side though. D'Lo is setting a back screen for Reeves, and Rui makes a great flash to the middle for the short jumper. Here's another one. Reeves flips it to AD, who then gets a screen from Max Christie and hits him on the roll. The lane is wide open because of the off-ball fluff on the weak side. Just watch D'Lo and Reeves set staggered off-ball screens for Rui in the corner. This is so important because it occupies the defenders who are supposed to be in help side. This time, Reeves is the screener and LeBron hits him with a pocket pass. And again, JJ has the weak side players setting back screens to occupy the help defenders for a split second. Reeves kicks it out to Rui, who then does a great job of attacking the closeout. Here's another one where Reeves is the screener and LeBron hits him in the short roll. Rui makes a great cut behind Randall, and Reeves finds him for the layup. The trio of Reeves, D'Lo, and LeBron might be the league's best passing trio. And the Lakers, especially Rui, have done a great job of making these backdoor cuts behind defenders for easy looks. I really like this action here, where Reeves throws it to AD on the elbow and he hands it off to LeBron, coming full head of steam from the deep slot. This causes Gobert to help on the drive, which forces Conley to tag Davis, and LeBron makes the right read by kicking it out to Reeves, who does a great job of attacking the closeout and finishing the bucket. And I really want to talk about Austin Reeves for a second, because he's been playing fantastic basketball. 19 points, 7 boards, 5 assists, and 2 stocks per game, while having a true shooting percentage of 67. Reeves has excelled in high pick and roll situations, as he uses his body here and drops in the short jumper. The Lakers set high staggered screens for Reeves, and Reeves makes a textbook read, hitting Christie in the corner for 3. The very next possession, they run the same thing, but this time, Reeves gets all the way down to the basket before making a great wraparound pass to the rolling Davis. Here it is again, and these staggered screens are very hard to constantly get through as a defender, and when you have a great decision maker like Reeves and a great roll man like Davis, this action is almost impossible to stop. Reeves and Davis's chemistry has been great on these pick and roll actions, as Reeves drops another dime to Davis for the floater. LeBron hasn't really been anything special, but has played very smart, not really trying to force anything, and really working on playing within the offense. He's picked his spots to attack in isolation, and is still clearly capable of taking over stretches if need be, like we saw versus Sacramento. He put up an absurd 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists in the fourth quarter alone that game, while shooting perfect from the field. And mind you, he's turning 40 in December. The Lakers' new offense has been the main key to their success, and they haven't been as reliant on the King to create offense every time down the floor. But at the end of the day, when games get tight, they can still always rely on the LeBron and AD two-man game to produce efficient offense. The final thing that JJ has preached, and this goes along with him using math like he said, was having more possessions than their opponent, which they have done in every game so far this season. This comes from limiting turnovers and grabbing offensive rebounds. The Lakers are currently 5th in turnover percentage this season, and that comes as no surprise since they have good passers and smart ball handlers like I talked about before. But it's been their offensive rebounding that has improved from the worst in the league to 15th this season. Redick has clearly hammered his players to crash the offensive glass, especially from the corner on outside shots. Rui in particular has been a beast on the offensive glass, averaging a team-high 3.5 offensive rebounds per game. Extra possessions are huge, especially come playoff time when games slow down and possessions are crucial. Redick is using these small things to his advantage, and I even saw the Lakers run a nice baseline out-of-bounds play for a layup. JJ has completely mastered what some call the game within the game. To sum it up, JJ Redick's multiple action, ball movement offense has been very difficult for teams to defend. His trust in AD as the focal point, along with his emphasis on winning the possession battle each night, has paid many dividends, and his players seem to be fully bought in and playing hard for him. Some really good stuff from LeBron's podcast buddy, I'd say. But in all seriousness, if the Lakers keep playing like this, I can definitely see them contending for a title. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, as I'll be posting more in-depth breakdowns throughout the NBA season. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.